afternoon someplace.
Yes,
That is true.
and it's early morning in other places.
And it's early morning and late at night someplace else. Yes, it's amazing how that works. We'll explain it to the press later on in a special briefing.
We'll stay afterwards.
Well, good morning, everyone. We are here to announce our latest efforts to continue improving our public schools and help students follow their dreams. And I don't think there's any doubt that we are making good progress. Graduation rates are up 41% since '05 compared to 9% in the rest of the state. And the reason we compare ourselves to the rest of the state is every state has different tests. And so it's really hard to, and changes the standards now and again. So it's really hard to know, to be able to compare yourself to other states. But within New York State, including New York City, everybody takes the same test, so it's a fair comparison. College readiness rates have doubled over this since '05, and dropout rates have fallen by half. All of those things are great numbers. Our Black and Hispanic students are making the greatest strides, but we've seen progress across all racial and ethnic groups and at all grade levels. And 2 weeks ago, the Center for American Progress, which is located in Washington and run by Podesta, John Podesta, I think, released a study affirming our success in improving student performance and closing the racial achievement gap. And last week, the Research Alliance for New York City Schools released another study confirming the increase in graduation and college readiness across ethnic groups in our schools. Come on, you can pull in here. Pull over here. We can sort of balance. The Research Alliance, as I was saying, for New York City schools reaffirmed the increase in graduation and college readiness across all ethnic groups in our schools and the significant increase in dropout rates. The small schools that we have opened in all 5 boroughs are a major factor in those gains. And today I'm happy to announce that this fall we'll build on those gains by opening another 78 new schools. Thank you, thank you. It is the greatest number of new schools created by any administration in the city's history. It is probably, although I didn't check the numbers, but it's hard to believe the following is not true. It would be the greatest number of new schools created any place in the country. Certainly in most, even if you look just at states, comparing our city to whole states. The 1,821 public schools in our city today are the most there have ever been in New York City, and by the end of the year we will have created more than 126,000 new public school seats for students in new and existing schools, and that surpasses the goal that we set of creating 100,000 new school seats during our administration. The 78 new schools we're announcing today will be able to enroll more than 10,000 students this year and will grow to more than 32,000 as they add grade levels and reach their full capacity. Of the 78 new schools, 52 will be traditional district schools and 26 will be New York City charter schools. Remember, charter schools are city schools just like the traditional district schools are. 51 of the 78 will be elementary schools, middle schools, or schools combining elementary and middle school grades, and 27 will be secondary schools, either high schools or schools combining middle and high school grades. Our administration, as you know, has created a record number of career and technical education schools as well, including schools that combine high school and college courses. And these schools connect high school students directly to the working world and give them a foot in the door in the fast-growing industries that are creating jobs in the future. One of our objectives is to make people well-rounded and educated so that they can understand and participate in the great American dream, but also we have a responsibility to make sure kids learn the skills that they are going to use either directly after school or after graduate education to go into the workplace, because they're going to have to work and support themselves if they're going to also share in the great American dream. It's another prerequisite. These schools, we think, are exactly what's needed in this more competitive world. And one of these schools, the Pathway in Technology Early College High School, is a collaboration with IBM and the City University of New York. This school was praised by President Obama in his State of the Union address this year. He called it a model of how public schools can prepare students for careers in the 21st century economy. And he said that it should be our goal to provide all of the nation's students with the opportunity to attend schools like P-TECH, as it's called. Now, we're determined that New York continue to lead the way in providing those opportunities, And the schools we're announcing today, we think will do exactly that. One example is of the new schools that we have created is Energy Tech High School. It's one of the 6-year high schools we've announced in the state of the city in February, and it will be located right here in this building where you are sitting. Energy Tech is the result of a partnership between the city's Department of Education, the energy utility companies Con Ed and National Grid, and the City University of New York. And students here will take classes that prepare them for careers in the energy industry, certainly one of the growing industries. It is one of the, as a matter of fact, the energy industry is one of the fastest growing industries, and we expect it will be at the forefront of job creations in the years to come. Energy Tech students will get internships and be monitored by any energy professionals at Con Ed and National Grid. They'll take college courses at CUNY's LaGuardia Community College that will prepare them for careers in STEM fields. And after 6 years, they will graduate with a high school diploma and an associate's degree. They'll also get invaluable hands-on experience and develop a professional network at an industry-leading company. They'll leave Energy Tech equipped to compete for good jobs these companies will create in the years to come and to help those companies keep New York City innovating and growing. Our partners at Energy Tech help design the curriculum based on the kinds of skills and training future employees of the energy industry will need. And I want to recognize especially CUNY for their work in helping us design the coursework here and at our other 6-year high schools, and for tailoring programs at the schools to meet the needs of our students. And that includes LaGuardia Community College, our partner at Energy Tech, and I also want to thank Ann Feibel, LaGuardia's Associate Dean for Programming Development and Education, who's here with us today. Ann, wave, thank you. There you are. Another grade 9 through 14 will open is called Health Education and Research Occupation High School, or HERO, H-E-R-O. For short, it will offer college classes in health professions in partnership with CUNY's Hostos Community College and Montefiore Medical Center. We will also open the Urban Assembly School for Emergency Management in partnership with the Federal Emergency Management Agency. That school will offer classes focused on skills needed for careers in disaster preparation and response, skills like communications, collaboration, problem solving, and complex reasoning. Urban Assembly is also opening another new school, the School of Global Commerce, that will partner with the Port Authority. And because no sector is growing faster in our city than our tech sector, this year we're also opening a second academy for software engineering, this one in the Bronx. And like the first Academy for Software Engineering, it will offer courses in coding, programming, and application development, some of the skills most in demand in today's economy. In total, we will open 7 new career and technical education schools this year. They'll help us continue to raise the bar for student achievement and build on the historic gains of the last 11 years. And so will the new district schools that we're opening this year, like the 4th Eagle Academy for young men, which will open in Harlem. So now, let me turn the floor over to one of the people who's done the most to create these new schools and prepare our kids to lead. The impact of Dennis Walcott on this city, and his predecessor Joel Klein as well, will go on for decades. Cities have to respond. Our kids need better educations. The demands of industry are growing faster than we ever thought was possible, and we're struggling to keep up, and we've made enormous progress in New York City. We still are struggling to keep up, however, with the increased demands and the competition from overseas. Overseas countries and cities have discovered that you've got to work very hard and you've got to improve the educational level of the kids if they're going to have jobs. And so it gets to be a more competitive world every single day, and we're doing everything we can in this city. It's something we should all be very proud of, and particularly the kids that are going to come after us. For those of you who look like you're probably the next generation, it is because previous generations made investments and understood that the future is in your hands, but we've got to give you the tools, and that's what we're trying to do here. And other big cities are not doing it as much as we are, but having said that, there's not going to be any free lunches. You're all going to have to work very hard, and good luck to all of you. Dennis?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and a round of applause. impressed. Thank you for your
See
leadership.
whether you get a round of applause.
No, I
after.
won't now. I know. Just
That
see.
sets you
Welcome
up.
to the Mayor Chancellor show. I mean, it's our ongoing traveling show. We rent out cheap, so I just want to let you know that. I want to thank you for your leadership, but most importantly, listening to what you had to say, Mr. Mayor. I want to really request a special exemption, if possible. I want to go back to high school. I mean, there's just so many exciting opportunities.
You went
for
to high school?
I did. You didn't see that in the transcript? I thought I gave you that transcript. There are so many new exciting opportunities, and before I start, I want to thank Deputy Chancellor Mark Sternberg. Mark's over there and his fantastic team. Normally, Mark and I are in the auditoriums at different schools, and we hear other types of noises at times from the audience. So, Mark, thank you to you and your leadership and all the partners who are here. First, let me ask, since we're in a school, for our principals to raise their hands. So let me see a show of hand of our principals, our assistant principals. These are some of the new principals who will be leading these great, fantastic schools. So I want to say welcome to all of you. It's a pleasure to see you. Probably this will be the most quiet you'll hear in a long period of time after this particular press conference, but you have a great opportunity in front of you, as the mayor indicated, to really lead generations of our students in preparing them to be successful adults, preparing them for college and careers, and we're just excited about your leadership. To our great students who are here, I think we have roughly 17 students who took time off from their day off to come to school today, and I want to thank you as well. Some are seniors, some are not seniors, but you all go to a great school, and that's what today is about, announcing a new group of schools that will lead our students for future generations. This is another major moment in the history of New York public school system, but the bottom line is quite simple. New schools work. As the mayor indicated, we've had individual validators who've said that. Teachers feel it, our parents say it, and the data actually shows it. No longer does New York take a one-size-fits-all approach to schools. We take a variety of different approaches to our schools. You've heard me say before, and I will continue to say, that I'm a great believer in choices, giving our students and our parents quality choices so that way they can choose schools and have the selections that we're talking about today. As the mayor indicated, this represents the creation of the significant number of new schools, the largest number of new schools since we've started, especially since 2004. 78 new schools. Mr. Mayor, you know I always test you when we come to these type of press conferences, and you always give me that evil look when I do. So now we've created 656 new schools since 2002 with the announcement of these schools. How many schools does Chicago have, Mr. Mayor?
Probably, if I had to guess, you're trying to show me the number.
681. Think about it. The entire city of Chicago has 681 schools, and since you have been in office...
Well, that's similar to our commitment to renovate or build 165,000 new apartments or houses in the city, which houses more than the population of Atlanta, and that's just new affordable housing that we're building. The numbers in New York are so much
large,
bigger.
so much larger.
bigger
And as you've indicated,
but
those...
congratulations anyway.
Well, to you too as well. Those seeking, as the mayor indicated, those seeking a green school can attend the Highbridge Green Community School in the Bronx. Highbridge, let me see Highbridge. Highbridge is, I know, in the House, and that relationship started when I was deputy mayor. So Highbridge is not only a new school, but as a result of the mayor's capital campaign, a new school building as well. So if you want to go to a green school, you have the ability to go to the Bronx. If you want to go, as the mayor indicated, to an emergency management school, you can go to the Urban Assembly School, which is going to be located on the west side of Manhattan. If you want to go to a single-sex school, another choice in the many choices that we have, as the mayor indicated, you can go to the Eagle Academy of Young Men in Harlem. If you want to go to a career in health and go to a career technical education school, that's a 9 through 14 school, come to my neighborhood in Cambria Heights. We're going to be starting a new CTE 9 through 14 school in Cambria Heights, in addition to another health-related school that's a CTE school as well. In all 5 boroughs, we will be creating new schools for our students that will allow great options for their parents and for our children. Our new schools are visionary. They're created with the leaders who are here, with the community, and talking about the types of schools they want to see for our children. And as some of you may know, when I first started as chancellor, roughly around 2 years ago, I made a pledge of creating at least 50 new middle schools. We're going to surpass that pledge. As a result of this announcement, we will have 61 new middle schools that we've created over the last 2 years to give our students higher quality middle school choices than ever before, and separate middle schools as well as K through 8s and some 6 through 12s as well. As the mayor indicated, the Research Alliance report captures the success that we're talking about. We've had study after study that have validated the success of our new small schools. And the students with us today really symbolize that success. The Academy for Careers in Television and Film is one of the 28 career technical education schools that we've created under this administration. Again, my final test for the day. From 1898 to roughly 1960, 18, what was then called in our respective generations, since we're basically in the same demographic, 18 vocational schools were created. Think about it, from 1898 to 1960. From 1960 to 2002, 0 vocational or career technical education schools were created. Since 2002 till now, with the announcement today, we will have created 28 new career technical education schools, of which a number of them are 9 through 14 schools as well. So again, quality choices, quality options available for our parents and students, but most importantly, our goal is to make sure that we graduate our students college and career ready to do great things in the world. So Mr. Mayor, once again, thank you for your leadership. You've been fantastic, and it's always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Dennis, thank you. Dennis, thank you. And I did want to congratulate all the new principals and teachers. Your impact goes on for decades. And just think about it. If you make a difference in a young person's life, it's not only them, it's their families and grandchildren and that sort of thing. It's one of the most important, impactful things that you can do is to dedicate your life to education. And we have, for too many years, talked about improving and avoided doing the hard lifting. Sometimes you got to be hard love, tough love. Sometimes you got to explain to kids that their future is in their hands, particularly by the time they get to high school. And if they screw up, they're destroying their own careers. You can give them counseling, you can help them, you can try to get them back on track, but you've got to be a role model, and you've got to be honest with them, and you've got to be direct and understand their needs. We can talk about technology and all of its impact on education, but in the end, it is a great teacher looking directly into the face of a student and the teacher that is well supervised by great management. That together is the combination that makes all the difference in the world. We can talk about class size, we can talk about facilities, we can talk about all the other kinds of programs, but in the end, education is still knowing what you're doing, being led, being trained to do it, and then implementing it by talking directly to the kids. We have a new principal with us today, Hope Barter. She is going to be the principal here at Energy Tech High School, and it's another school that if I were the right age, I probably wouldn't have gotten into.
Good morning. My name is Hope Barter, and I'm the proposed new leader for Energy Tech High School, which is slated to open right here in Long Island City, Queens this fall. Energy Tech is an early college initiative and career and technical education high school to serve students in grades 9 to 14 and focusing on high-demand, competitive engineering careers in our local energy industry. Our 6-year high school program is made possible through partnerships, through collaboration. Some of our partners include Con Edison, National Grid, the City University of New York, LaGuardia Community College, the Department of Education, and the Partnership for New York City. I'd like to begin by elaborating a little bit about what this 9 to 14 model is. The 9 to 14 model brings together high school, higher education, and industry to plan a school backwards from targeted careers and from targeted college degrees. At Energy Tech, we're targeting competitive engineering careers in our local engineering industry. These are middle-skill, entry-level jobs on a ladder of career growth. School staff, college faculty, and industry partners are coming together to design a 6-year sequence that not only includes high school courses, but also college courses, and all of the relevant workplace experiences and activities that our students will need to go directly into these careers. Our students will take college classes as early as 10th grade. They will learn not only in our high school classrooms, but also on the college campus and also in real workplace situations, learning alongside teachers and professors and engineers and getting authentic feedback about their work. In summary, the 9 to 14 is a unique opportunity for students to stay for up to 6 years with us, to not only earn a New York State CTE-endorsed high school diploma, but also an associate's degree free of cost through LaGuardia Community College, and to participate in a range of workplace activities and technical training, such as internships and apprenticeships. Those three critical pieces, preparing our students to leave us ready to go directly into high demand and competitive careers as designers and electrical technicians, or to continue on their studies in four-year college programs. I'd like to just end by briefly telling you a bit about my connection to this model and my excitement about the work ahead. I've been working in and with the early college schools for 7 years, and I bring with me to this school a deep commitment to carving out new pathways for our students to get a college education. Running parallel to that commitment is a genuine excitement about the field of energy and also the prospect of contributing to a sustainable pipeline of STEM talent for our local industry. I am elated and feel fortunate to be working with these partners and in this community, the community in which I live, and to share with students and families and the greater community this incredible opportunity, and to continue to work with our partners to provide students another pathway to go to college and to attain a range of high-demand, competitive careers in a growing field. Thank you.
Hope, thank you. If you'll pardon the pun, you give us all hope for the future. Couldn't resist that. I want to thank National Grid and CunEd for partnering with us on energy tech and helping prepare our students for careers in the energy industry. First, Ken Daly, the president of National Grid. Yeah.
Good morning, and thank you, Mayor Bloomberg. Thank you for your leadership in education, but also in our area, in energy. And I think we saw that in the days after Hurricane Sandy more than ever. Our gas system was devastated, and more so, our customers were significantly impacted. And it was our partnership with the city and the mayor's leadership that helped us get our customers back up and running. We had 46 utilities from around the country come to support us. And between the city's rapid repair program and National Grid's Sandy relief program, we're able to get those customers back up and running for the winter. And when you think of Sandy, it really shows you why this school is so important and that now is the right time. Just this past year, not only did we have Sandy, but we built the first major pipeline in this region in 50 years, the Brooklyn-Queens interconnector, which is starting now. And as the name would suggest, right here in Queens. We're converting hundreds of buildings through a partnership with the city through a program called Clean Heat. And to do all these things and to do them in a renewable way and in a sustainable way, we need new ideas. We need trained workers. I know this firsthand. I'm a proud product of the New York City public school system. I went to Brooklyn Tech High School, as my colleague from CunEd did. And I remember when I went to school, we learned about math and science. It enabled you to get a job at the time with Brooklyn Union, now National Grid. And our hope is that we can now provide those same types of opportunities for today's students. We have 10,000 employees here in the state of New York. Many of them work right here in Queens. About half of them will be retiring in the next 5 to 10 years. Many of our top engineers, many of our top field technicians. So the hope and the real purpose of this program is so that many of you, at the same time you'll be graduating from this program, can replace us and become the future leaders in this industry. So thank you for the opportunity. We're delighted to be a major sponsor of Energy Tech.
Ken, thank you. And now Aubrey Braz, Vice President of Substation Operations for CunEd. Aubrey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here on behalf of Con Edison today, and as we celebrate the future prospects of the Energy Tech High School. All of us have an important stake in the success of the students who will actually be attending this school, because their success is reflective of our success. We at Con Edison embrace the importance of this mission and welcome the opportunity to partner with DOE, CUNY, and National Grid. The energy and infrastructure challenges that society will face in the coming years will be substantial. We will require innovative, informed, educated workforce to successfully meet those challenges, and we are excited to work with educators on this. Under the leadership of Associate Dean Fiber at LaGuardia Community College, we are working together to prepare students for the demands of the energy field. Con Edison engineers are actively engaged in discussions with the school and the college about how best to prepare high school students for these exciting and challenging careers. Having a high school focused on our energy future is extremely important, and you can trust that Con Edison will be aligned in this mission every step of the way. So thank you, Mr. Mayor and Chancellor Walcott, for your vision and leadership in this area. Turning a high-tech knowledge into a way to change the world follows in the tradition of one of our namesake, which is Thomas Edison. So we really thank you in this. And we're confident that the graduates of Energy Tech, I'm going to predict that they're going to find ways to use energy more efficiently that will allow us to burn the lights in Times Square even brighter, will allow the trades in Wall Street to move even faster, and allow the education news coming from the media capital of the world to get even better. So thank you all.
Aubrey, thank you. I did want to thank Kathy Weil, who couldn't be with us today. She's the president of the Partnership for New York City, and she was instrumental in bringing our energy tech partners to the table. Also with us today are a number of students from another CTE school we created, the Academy for Careers in Television and Film. Television and Film was located here at Q204 through last year, but is moving to brand new space closer to Steiner Studios this fall. Students at that school do coursework and internships that prepare them for success in the city's red-hot film and television industry. That industry employs 130,000 New Yorkers already and contributes more than $7 billion to the city's economy. And with a record 26 primetime TV shows currently shooting here, it is poised to grow even further in the years to come. What people don't realize is just how much of these different industries have moved to New York. Today, we're far and away the fashion capital of the world. We have double the number of fashion houses of Paris. We're becoming the IT center. Silicon Valley is still ahead, but we are growing at such a rapid rate. You have our aspirations of being number one are not unrealistic. Film, theater, television used to be here, went to California, went to Eastern Europe, went to Canada, coming right back to New York City. And the reason all these industries are coming back, I think, is that they depend on, they have one thing in common, they depend on intellectual capital. And New York City is the place for intellectual capital, and that's why it's so important that we attract the best and the brightest from around the world, that we make this business friendly so the best and the brightest can have careers here. That's what will get them here, and they're the ones that really give us a future. The new NG High School will take over the space that TV and film was using, and so I would like to invite Cami Sanchez, a senior at TV and Film, to talk a bit about the school. Cami?
Good morning. I'm Cami Sanchez, and I am a senior at the Academy for Careers in Television and Film. Throughout my 4 years here, I found ACTVF to be a very unique and diverse high school. Although I faced academic obstacles throughout my high school years, I have successfully overcome them with the help of numerous amazing teachers here. Our staff is filled with teachers that go above and beyond for any and every student. Without the help of these very teachers, many of us would not be as successful as we are today. ACTVF's CTE program in film and television production is incomparable to any other high school curriculum. It is taught by industry professionals in a meaningful, rigorous, and comprehensive manner over our entire 4 years here. In our first 2 years, we all explore the many aspects of filmmaking, but in our junior year, we choose a cohort where we work on specific areas of production based on our expertise and interests. As a member of the directing cohort, I've gained experiences that will undoubtedly prepare me for any career I choose. Learning how to effectively direct a crew has helped perfect my communication skills and strengthen my leadership skills. In fact, I applied these very skills to a wonderful internship at WNET this year. During my internship, I participated in the real working world of production and feel that it really helped shape me into a more mature person and student. When I graduate this June, my classmates and I will leave ACTVF with experiences that will serve us in any career path, whether or not it is related to television and film production. The skills we've acquired when focusing on a single part of production are skills that are needed to excel in any field. When I enter college, I know I will arrive with communication skills beyond those of any average teenager, a creative approach to any task I am given, and a determination to do the very best I am capable of. Thank you.
Cami, keep up the great work. I don't know what the future holds for you, but you certainly mastered the communications part of the skill sets. You can come and give my speeches from now on if you're doing nothing else. Let me just try, before we take questions, to summarize for our Spanish-speaking New Yorkers. En los últimos 11 años hemos abierto más nuevas escuelas que cualquier otra administración en la historia de nuestra ciudad. Nos ha ayudado a mejorar la tasa de graduación y ha mejorado la educación para miles de estudiantes. Este año vamos a abrir 68 nuevas escuelas para mejor preparar a nuestros estudiantes para un futuro exitoso, which means good, great, and successful.